In the days of Abraham, when the world was still young and kingdoms rose and fell like the tides, there was a man who seemed to belong to neither time nor space. His name was Melchizedek, meaning King of Righteousness. He was both a king and a priest, ruling the city of Salem, an ancient place of peace, later known as Jerusalem. But unlike other kings, Melchizedek was not known for armies or wealth. Instead, his renown came from his wisdom, his devotion to the Most High, and the mystery that surrounded him. One fateful day, the world trembled with the aftermath of war. 4 powerful kings had ravaged the land, capturing people and spoils, including Lot, the nephew of Abram. When Abram heard this, he rallied his men and pursued the invaders, defeating them and rescuing Lot. As Abram returned from battle, victorious yet wary, he approached the valley of Sheva, also known as the King's Valley. There, Melchizedek appeared, unexpected, regal, and otherworldly. He stood tall, his garments simple yet radiant. His eyes shone with an ancient understanding, and his presence exuded peace. In his hands, he carried bread and wine, symbols of sustenance and covenant. "Blessed be Abram, of the Most High Yahuwah," Melchizedek proclaimed, his voice like a melody carried on the wind, "possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand." Abram, though a man of great faith, was struck with awe. He recognized in Melchizedek a servant of the same God he worshipped, El Elyon, the Most High. Without hesitation, Abram bowed before the king and offered him a tithe of all the spoils from the battle, acknowledging Melchizedek's divine authority and priesthood. As quickly as he appeared, Melchizedek was gone. Abram would never see him again, but the encounter left an indelible mark. Who was this man, the priest of the Most High Yahuwah? Unlike the kings of the earth, Melchizedek had no recorded lineage, no father or mother, no beginning or end. He seemed to step out of eternity and back into it, leaving behind only questions and the blessing he had bestowed. In the centuries that followed, Melchizedek's name was whispered among the faithful. The Psalms spoke of him as a prototype of an eternal priesthood. It says, "The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a priest forever, and the order of Melchizedek." The mystery deepened. What was this order that transcended the priesthood of Aaron, established long after Melchizedek's time? Generations passed, and the world awaited answers. Then came Yahusha, HaMashiach, the Messiah, whose life and ministry fulfilled the promises of old. The writer of the book of Hebrews would later reveal the connection. Melchizedek was without father or mother, without genealogy, without beginning of days or end of life, resembling the Son of Yahuwah. He remains a priest forever. Yahusha, like Melchizedek, was both king and priest, but unlike the Levitical priests, whose work was temporary, Yahusha's priesthood was eternal. He offered not the blood of animals, but his own life as a sacrifice, bridging the gap between humanity and the Creator forever. Melchizedek, it seemed, was a foreshadowing, a glimpse of the eternal plan of Yahuwah. He pointed to a greater reality, a priesthood that existed before the foundations of the world and would continue long after the world as we know it passed away. Even now, the mystery of Melchizedek lingers. Was he a man, a heavenly being, or a manifestation of the Messiah himself in ancient times? The scriptures do not answer these questions fully, perhaps to remind us that some truths are too vast for mortal understanding. What is certain is that Melchizedek's story calls us to recognize the eternal nature of Yahuwah's plan, a plan that transcends time and invites all who believe to become part of a kingdom of peace and righteousness. And so, the King of righteousness and peace remains a beacon of hope, his shadow stretching across the ages, pointing us to Yahusha, the eternal priest and king who reigns forever.